back to our special edition of Guinness Primetime live from Las Vegas. Jay Cochran's spectacular building-to-building skywalk is less than a half an hour away. But here at Fremont Street, stuntman Mike Walter is about to be lit on fire as he attempts to burn himself into the record book. Over at the burn zone, Mike is covered in protective clothing, all designed to protect his body from the scorching heat, which could maim or even kill him. Prior to the show, Mike gave us a first-hand look at the exacting preparations involved in this life-threatening challenge. About 45 minutes before the burn, Mike's team begins wrapping him in layers of protective clothing, creating a cocoon of protection. Mike applies 4 layers of fire-retardant underwear called Nomex, which has been soaked for 24 hours in ice-cold gel for additional protection. From the moment Mike puts on the ice-cold Nomex, he's in instant pain from the numbing cold. He has to struggle just to keep his focus. It's literally a mind game. You can't always sense how hot or cold something feels on television, but Mike Walter's eyes and body tell the entire story. The layering of clothes is critical because they are the only thing that will insulate him and protect him from the heat of the fire. He adds a layer of fireproof material followed by a special raincoat designed to provide the protection he'll need once the outer layers have burned away.
There's a dispute in the stunt community that this record doesn't even exist. And I'm going to prove once and for all it either does or it's totally impossible for a human being to go that long on fire.
There we go, boys.
Got it. Okay. Let's go for the record tonight.
That moment is now for Mike Walter. Troy Gilbert, his first safety, making the final preparations as they apply the final layers. The hood goes on. The breathing apparatus has already been applied, a modified scuba-type apparatus. Mike only has about 7 minutes of air to do this stunt. His top priority, even now, is to maintain his composure as the final hood goes on.
Hold on, guys. Put your chin up.
Mike has already been on the air for about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. He's literally down under 5 minutes now of air supply remaining.
Nice breathing.
The flammable materials have been applied. These are Mike's own formula.
Are you good? Are you okay?
He is his own stunt coordinator for this one.
No, you can't breathe.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this one is live. And apparently there's a problem right now. Mike is telling his crew that he can't breathe. There's something wrong with the breathing apparatus. There's no air coming out of it. Take the hood off of him. Remember, it is very, very difficult to see, very difficult to breathe inside there. There's no oxygen getting through. There's been a major problem already here to begin this record attempt. For whatever reason, the oxygen supply has been clogged, and now there's really no way of knowing exactly what's going to happen. And this is the thing that, above all else,
our air bottle is out of air.
Is Mike's biggest concern.
Pull that thing off me.
You can't go this whole trip.
Yes, I can. Pull it. Pull it, Troy.
Mike Walter wants to get a new air supply and try it. He is determined to do this stunt.
Hold on, get that back on.
Give me that big hood.
Safety, Mike.
No, you've got to have this.
Safety first, Mike.
Give me that hood. Do what I tell me, please.
Troy Gilbert would like to take some time now and get this thing right. But Mike, as the stunt coordinator, is overruling him.
Michael.
He's putting the hood back on.
Put your chin up. You have to go down when you get hot. Hold on.
Final instructions from Troy. You have to go down when you get hot. I really have no way of knowing at this moment whether or not
chin down.
This is a major malfunction with the air supply. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you, this is live.
Put your chin up. Can you see? Very nice.
Tahiti.
Unbelievable that Mike's biggest fear is happening before he's even set on fire.
What did she say? Talk to me. She said.
We're going to take a very short break
When
and
he
come
gets
back
hot,
and
he's
give
going
Mike
down.
Walter time to get this breathing apparatus problem straightened out. We will be right back with Mike Walter's record attempt. Let's take a... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. The seemingly impossible has just happened. Mike Walter, a professional stuntman, is about to set himself on fire and try to remain that way for a full 2 minutes. There's been a malfunction with his oxygen supply. He now will do this stunt without any oxygen. I repeat, this was his biggest fear coming into this stunt, and now his worst nightmare has come true. Mike Walter is in position. The signal will be when he raises his arms and lowers them. And then his first safety, Troy Gilbert, who tried to talk him out of this stunt, will begin a countdown from 5. It will be at that point that pyrotechnician Pete Capodaccia will fire the blast that starts the burn. The final layer has been applied. You can see Mike breathing. The smoke, the flames will be a part of that mask. This is among the most frightening stunts that's ever been attempted.
You ready to go, Mike? Breathe slow.
Troy Gilbert telling him to breathe slowly.
Michael, are you ready?
Mike gives the signal.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mike is on fire, again without the use of oxygen. It is now his job to continue to move around to keep the hottest part of the flame away from his face, away from his eyes. We can only guess as to the oxygen supply for Mike Walter right now. He's getting directions from his first safety, Troy Gilbert, to try and move away from the heat of the flames. This is absolutely incredible. Mike Walter, without the use of any oxygen whatsoever, has now made it 30 seconds into this stunt. 2 minutes is the Guinness record. He refuses to go down. If Mike Walter ever gets in trouble, he will simply drop to the ground and pound the ground. That's a signal for his team to step in. Mike Walter has this crowd absolutely electric. He's doing the impossible. The flames shooting up to 15 feet in the air. The temperature now well in excess of 1,000 degrees. You can see the layers of his protective clothing being burned away from his body. He's down on the ground right now. The crew moves in. We can only guess as to whether or not Mike Walter can breathe at this moment. Mike made it approximately a minute in with no oxygen. Nobody in their wildest imagination ever thought Mike could do this in any way, shape, or form without an oxygen bottle. The courage that he showed by doing this stunt without his most important supply matches anything that I have ever seen. Mike Walter now being supplied oxygen. He's up. His eyes are still closed, but he is getting the oxygen as his crew now begins to cut away the protective layer. They're cooling him down with ice water. There continue to be flames shooting up off of that protective clothing. They're trying to get them off of him as quickly as they can. Your guess is as good as mine as to why Mike Walter would even attempt to do this stunt without his supply of air.
Where's your hot spot?
His legs are continuing to burn. The CO2 being applied, and apparently now those flames finally put away. He's shaking his head affirmatively. The paramedics are here. The Las Vegas Fire Department with the full staff as well. There's really absolutely no way of knowing how he feels at this moment. He is up, leaning on his elbow, sweating profusely. His eyes are now popping open. Just asked if he's okay. He nodded his head affirmatively. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Walter with an incredible performance.
Stand up, boys.
He's trying to get to his feet right now. Mike trying to regain his composure right now. As soon as he's able to fully catch his breath, the ice just simply being applied to his head to try and cool his body temperature. Mike, you are unbelievable. Can you speak yet? The man just simply refused to be denied. It literally would be like a diver saying, I'm going to go diving underneath the water with no tank. He's on his feet right now. He says, I'm cool. Mike Walter, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Walter. Mike, first of all, how are you, my friend?
I'm okay, Chris.
Can you please explain to me why in the world you attempted this stunt without your oxygen? You told me beforehand that was your biggest fear coming into this one, that your oxygen would run out. I didn't even know it was possible to do this without the air supply.
Too many people put too much time and effort and talent into this, and I wasn't gonna let them down. And this was a team effort all the way, and I don't even know how long a time I went, but I wasn't not gonna do it.
Mike, we have the replay now. Can you please walk us through this the best you can? We'll walk on up here, Mike. There's the explosion. You are now fully ablaze with no oxygen to help you whatsoever. Take us through it.
I was just trying to stay calm. I know everybody wanted me to abort this, but we just all came too far. And I'm the stunt coordinator, so I gave the last cue, and I said, we're going for this. And I just held my breath and went as long as we could. Does anybody have a time on this?
About 1 minute, approximately 1 minute, with no air supply whatsoever. Why do it? How is it possible, and what were you thinking when you finally made the decision to go down?
I've been waiting for this day all my life, and this is what I do for a living, and I didn't want to let anybody down.
Mike, I have to take you back to the auto accident. You were in a state of depression, a quadriplegic. You had the rifle in your mouth. You decided to take your own life. And now to do this and show the courage that you've shown, your parents watching this on television, you've come full circle. Nobody has shown more courage than what you've shown here tonight.
Thanks a lot, Chris. I love you, Mom and Dad.
Mike, this crowd, obviously, I know you're doing this for a national television audience as well, but when you walked out here and the sort of reception that you received, ordinarily you're doing this work in movies as a stuntman, nobody sees it. Tell me the emotion when you heard that the oxygen supply and the air supply just wouldn't be a part of this process.
All these people came out to see something. I had to give them a show. Everybody was very upset, and they were going to call it. Troy Gilbert is my second in command, and I said, no way, we're going through with this.
You absolutely overruled him on this. Let's take one more look now and try and describe the emotion. How could you maintain your composure through this?
This is very hot right now. It got hotter than I thought. And my masks were so close, it was causing suffocation. So the only answer to that, I can't reach very high to my head. So the only answer is I had to give short bursts of air intake like I do on my scuba tank, and I was just started doing that, and the mask would blow out. It would give me about a quarter-inch space, and I'd suck in that air, and then I just hold it as long as I could. But then, as you saw, I had to go down.
Mike, now it's my job to give you the official time. 1 minute and 14 seconds with no air supply. Absolutely one of the most courageous efforts I have ever seen. If I had my way, if your first safety, Troy Gilbert, had his way, nobody would have allowed you to do this.
I know. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and I hope you enjoyed the burn. Thanks a whole bunch.
Mike Walter, ladies and gentlemen, with one of the most outstanding performances that you will ever see. As courageous as anyone. Absolutely amazing to be set ablaze. And if you think what you just saw was amazing, wait till you see what we have for you next.